Hey folks, this is John with you from Ozarks Backroads. We're out in the Ozarks today. Got some leaves coming on the trees. The spring is underway. Got some new roads that I haven't been on before. I found some different routes. We'll take a look at the North Fork River here in south central Missouri and see what it looks like. We've had a little rain, but not a lot, so it probably won't be real big, but we'll look at it and see. So we're on the Triumph, the Tiger, the 800 today, running around out in the woods. Oh yeah, beautiful. Dogwoods are really blooming pretty. So I wanted to kind of do a quick update on the FJR, the FJR 1300, the recall on the transmission. I've had a lot of people give me their story, comment back on the video I did on that earlier this year. I've had a lot of comments. A lot of people have got them done here in the United States and other places, and had pretty good luck with them. Haven't had any trouble. I've had a fair amount of people have reported some issues after the recall work was done, fluid leaks, trouble with clutches, just different things. But the big issue that we've got, at least here in the United States right now, or have had since the recall was issued, is Yamaha simply does not have the parts in the quantity needed to do all the recalls. I've been waiting. My dealer ordered the service kit for that mid to late January, I guess it was. It was back in January, and the service kit has not shown up yet. I had my dealer check a couple of weeks ago, I guess, back in the last week of March, I think, just to check on the order to see what's going on. And the dealer was told by Yamaha that the service kits are on back order and they couldn't give an ETA. So they've ran out of gears and all the transmission parts, the shafts and everything, they're all on back order. And I've had a lot of people comment on that video that they've been waiting for, since January as well. A lot of people are really frustrated. So that's the issue we've got right now. I've kind of resigned myself to the fact that I'm probably not going to have the FJR be able to ride it this season. I'm not going to ride it. They're saying don't ride it, so I'm not going to ride it. So that's kind of where we're at on the recall on the FJR transmission. There's just no parts available, and it looks like if you're waiting on parts like I have since January, here we are in the middle of April, good chance I'm going to be waiting quite a bit longer. So that is the status. It's not good, but that's the way life is, You can't always control things, and that's one of them that you can't control. So for me, as far as the Yamaha recall goes, I'm really relying heavily on the Tiger here to take me through the season, and I have no reason to believe that it won't. I haven't had any trouble with it yet, so I'm fairly confident that we'll get through the season on the Tiger and be okay. A little cabin down here with a sheet metal roof. That's kind of neat. Here's another cabin over here with a green tin roof on it as well. Seems to be a theme down here along the river. Get the log cabin with the sheet metal roof. Kind of looks like Colorado. This is some heavy gravel right here. I think I better get this thing in, turn the traction control off, or I won't be able to go. So this is the North Fork River we're coming up on here. Holy fajee, look at this. Those are some rocks. You're not going to be bringing your little Prius over this. That much is for sure. Get high centered on those. Yep. There is water, but like I had figured, it's not very much. For spring, it ought to really be rolling this time of year, and we just haven't had the rain. But it's still really pretty. We'll go take a look at the river down here. We took a look at the North Fork River there. We just crossed over it. That bridge, kind of a rough crossing there on the other side. Big old boulders in the road. Got the drone up. Hopefully all that turns out good. It looked like it was really pretty. All right, we're going to continue on down the road here. See what else we can find. That's the first time I'd ever been to that river crossing there. I might have to take a picture of those. We'll snap a picture of them. They only come around once a year, so this thing in picture taking mode. He needs his picture taken. Tell you what, we'll take a look at the flower on these. If you're not familiar with dogwoods, I assume most people are, but not everybody's from the US, so I don't know where all these things grow at. They got a really pretty flower. See if we can get focused in on one here. All that nonsense put back away. We will continue on down the road. Well, let's see, we're going to head over to a little lake, little government lake, see what it looks like. I think they got a little campground there maybe, and really pretty spot. I'm thinking about getting another bike for the garage, kind of a project bike, and I'm not sure. I'm kind of torn between two bikes right now. I need a good, reliable, just a basic, reliable bike that kind of does this stuff here, what I'm doing, and I can get down the highway on pretty decent. Kind of a camping bike maybe, you know, take out on these trips, camping trips and stuff in the Ozarks. I need something really durable and reliable. So I'm kind of torn between two bikes right now, and the 700 Tenere, the Yamaha Tenere, the 700, the new one, looks like a pretty good bike. It's really reasonably priced. Oof. But it's really a dirt bike or a off-road machine that does fairly decent on-road. It's not going to be as comfortable probably on the highway is what I'm wanting. I don't know if I can get a seat, you know, a really good seat for that. Why, it'd probably be all right. And a bigger windshield, I think it'd be fine on the highway. Of course, it's already got the 21-inch front wheel, and it's ready to go to the woods. You don't have to do anything for that. But I'm kind of torn between that And the other bike that is probably going to surprise a lot of people, but it's a really good, reliable, proven platform. Been around a long time. There's a unbelievable amount of aftermarket parts available, and that's on the Suzuki, the Vstrum 650. That little bike will carry a lot of load. About 440 pounds is the what you can load on that. This bike here, you know, it's a great bike, but one of its weaknesses is it doesn't carry, you can't carry a lot of it doesn't have a lot of capacity to carry weight. I think it's like 300 and, I don't know, 60 pounds or 70 pounds is the max gross. If you add that to the curb weight, that's your max gross weight. And I can tell you, when I'm loaded up on this thing to go camping, I've done it several times, you can tell it. It's right at its limit. It's really kind of getting spooky on the highway. The front end gets really light on it, and you know, it just isn't really built to carry that kind of load. The 650 Vstrum, on the other hand, will carry has plenty of capacity there at 400, and I think it's 440 pounds. So that's a pretty big difference. The bike, you can tell, I've looked at them, they're just built, you know, they're built heavy. It's about a 500-pound bike, ready to roll, maybe 480 or 90, somewhere around 500, I believe. So it's a pretty substantial bike, even though it's lower. But I'm thinking about that as well. Both of the bikes, the T7 and the Vstrum 650, are pretty close in price. So I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. T7, Vstrum 650, maybe you got another idea. Let me know. So we're just now getting to a little lake I was wanting to check out called Knoblet Lake. It's just inside of Howell County, Missouri. We'll take a look at it. It's a really pretty spot. Probably be some people down here, but we'll see how it looks. So this is a little government lake. It's in the government woods, built back in the, probably in the early 1930s, somewhere along through there. They dammed up a little creek, got a little campground. It's a nice little spot. Man, what a beautiful time of the year to be here. Just gorgeous. Yeah, there's a few cars down here. Really pretty little spot right here. All right, we're going to take a look at the lake here. Maybe get our camera out. Look at the lake here, what we can see of it. So this lake was built back in the, I'd say back in the 30s. They've dammed up a little creek right here. Made a pretty little spot. They got a little gazebo set up down here kind of under the hill. Got a little moss on the roof, but you can have a get together in that. We had a look at the lake there and some of the campground. We can run around to the other side of the lake and take a look at the old dam that was built back in the 30s. It's kind of cool. Got a real nice spillway that comes over the top of it. It's kind of pretty. Looks like my camera gave up the ghost here. Went to looking the other way. Yeah, we got water coming over the dam here. That's just really pretty. That looks like a picture. So here's a shot. We're right below the dam. You can hear the water coming over. Got a nice big bluff here. Down onto the creek, what used to be the creek. And here's the dam here. This was built back in the 1930s, part of the works projects they were doing to recover from the Depression. So this little dam's been here a while, little concrete dam. Got a pretty good look at the dam there and the little stream below it. They've also got a little road that runs down along this little creek below the dam, and there's probably 5 or 6 camping spots. You can overnight camp. This is probably the one I would try to get if I came down here. Right on the creek. That's nice, got a little bluff there, that's pretty. I would imagine if a man camped out here overnight, he might even find a mosquito or two, possibly. That's a nice camp spot right here. Got a fire ring and a big old log to set on. All the dead brush and stuff around, you could definitely cut yourself some firewood. Yep, this is the one I would want right here. So we got to get up on top of that big old hill we were looking at earlier to get out of here. It's funny how the creeks and rivers are always at the bottom of the hills. You never see one on top of the hill. I don't know why that is. We have made it back to civilization. Well, folks, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, running around in the government woods today on the mighty Tiger 800 here. We got to have a look at the North Fork River there at a new spot where I haven't been before. Flew the drone on it there. Hopefully all that'll turn out nice. So I hope everybody got their service done on their FJRs, the FJR owners. I hope you're not like me waiting on parts. A lot of people have gotten the work done and say everything's fine, so that's good to hear. I'm hoping they'll get the parts available and I can get mine fixed and be able to ride the FJR this summer. I thank you all for hanging out with me. I invite you all to come back and see me again. Till I catch up with you again next time, y'all take care of yourselves. We'll catch you later.